Hey everyone. So I've been reading some of your comments down in the sections. A lot of you have been talking to me about, you know, want to know things other than racing, about tips, about things like that. So I thought with the Cape Argus around the corner, Cape Epic, things like that, give you a few tips about just preparing for, for you guys, for some of the biggest days in your lives as a cyclist, and try and simplify it for you. Try and give you guys a bit of a few little handy tips along the way. First part, get your bike sorted, organized, working condition. Go to your local bike shop, book it in for a service. Make sure that you've got a few days before the event to try it out to see that it's working properly. You don't want to get to the race on the race day and find out your gears aren't working. You've got the local bike shop to tune them 2 days before, haven't ridden since, and on race day things are not working. The Expo. When do you collect your race number? Preferably don't collect your race number the day before. And walking around on your legs, the expos are normally quite big things to go around. Lots of people walking around, lots of stuff. And things you don't need. Majority of the things you get in your goodie bag are worth nothing. Do not try and eat them the day before the race. This is crucial. If you don't want to rock up on the day of the race and have an upset stomach or something that didn't agree with you, don't try the things you get at the expo. You can purchase whatever you want there, try it at a later stage. But if you haven't tried the certain amount of things there at the expo, do not think at race day you're going to find this magical solution that's going to make you go half an hour faster. Chances are it can only make you go worse. So sit tight, get your race number hopefully 2 or 3 days before. If you don't have the option, try and go straight to number collection. Obviously if it interests you to walk around, but the less you walk on your legs the day before, the better. Apparently they say the Tour de France is won in bed, resting in bed. So keep that in mind. Traveling with your bike. A lot of people make the mistake about traveling with your bike, chuck it in a bike bag and hopefully when you get there, it's in working condition. Find a good bike bag. One of the good bike bags out there is the Skicon bike bag. Easy to use, don't have to take off too many things. I personally like to take off the rear derailleur. I do this because I don't want to rock up at a race or at a particular thing with a rear derailleur that's bent. It's so easy to bend, they're very, very soft. So I always take off my rear derailleur. I also disconnect most of the Di2 accessory, like cables. That also just avoids shifting in the airplane, things like that, and you rocking up at the race day with a flat battery. Also pack the bike nicely, foam, whatever you need to put there, your auntie's blanket or whatever it is. Just try and protect your bike as best as possible. If you're traveling in a car, it's also very, very simple. Take the wheels off. If your bike is traveling inside the car, take your wheels off, but do not put the bike on the rear derailleur or on any of the derailleur. Try to turn the bike upside down on the saddle and handlebars. And also that avoids, getting grease on the floor of your car. If you're putting on the back seat, I suggest you come from the left-hand side of the car, you're actually holding the chain set towards the front of the car. That way that your chain and everything's not leaning against your seats. The day before the race, rest. Guys, go for a coffee shop ride, enjoy yourselves. Don't overdo it. Your training now is done. There is nothing in the lead up to the race now that you can do that'll make your day better. In fact, the only thing you can do is ruin your race. So, less is more on this kind of day. Nutrition. Do not try again something new the night before the race. You're with your friends, you're at a race, or maybe you're at home. Just cook plain simple things you're used to. Personally, pasta or rice, something with high carbohydrate content to get you ready for to build up those stores for the next day. And then keep it simple, guys. Before anything, guys, before going to bed, so that you know that you've got everything dialed. If you have an electronic bike, I mean the cables, not the electric bike. Electronic bike, Di2, Campag, whatever, make sure it's fully charged the night before the race. Make sure, this is such an easy thing to overlook. make sure it is fully charged. Have your heart rate strap ready. Have whatever computer you're using, smart computer, whatever you got on your bike, hammerhead for us. Use that. Make sure that's fully charged. Make sure that you've put the route onto the, if your computer has the luxury of putting on the route, put the route on the map on your computer the night before the race. Make sure there's a checklist. Helmet, shoes, glasses, nutrition, water, gels, bars, whatever you're going to be eating the race day, and your race number. Don't forget the race number. What I like to do is I put the race number on the night before. That way I'm very sure that tomorrow I do not forget the race number. The other thing is for South Africa and some of the other places in the world that aren't as fast as moving as the other countries. Your race chip, your timing chip, make sure that is connected. Maybe put it on your shoe, inside your shoe, or whatever you want to do, but make sure that is already packed as well. Such an easy thing to forget. Come race day, you don't want to be going to the start line saying you don't have your chip and you won't get a time, and then of course you won't get your certificate or your medal. Well, your medal you'll get, but maybe not your certificate to prove that you actually did it. On race day, what do? You wake up in the morning. Make sure you are well hydrated. Make sure that you make your bottles, your mixes. Make sure that your bottles, whatever you're drinking from, has a good enough content, a good amount of carbohydrates in it. We're pretty lucky in our team. We've got the Morton products. We've got the luxury of having a drink with 80 grams of carb. If you're going hard ride, I would recommend that. But, it's always up to choice, guys. It's make sure that your bottles are made. On the way to the race, take a little drink, sip in your car on the way there, or however you're getting there. Try and finish a bottle before. That way you're well hydrated before the start of the race. Nutrition. Wake up. Make a nice bowl of either oats with muesli, toast, jam, whatever you need for the day. Personally, what we do is we have some rice, maybe an omelette to go with that, depending on how difficult the day is going to be. But try to keep that as neutral as possible. Something, again, that you're used to. Get to your start pen in time. They sometimes say be there half an hour, 45 minutes before. It might seem like a long time, but guys, remember, if your idea is to get into pen half an hour before, it usually takes you 10, 15 minutes to navigate all the traffic before you actually get to your place. So half an hour, 45 minutes is more than enough time. Navigate your way through there, and there's nothing better than just standing on the start line with 10 minutes to spare, thinking about how you're going to start the race. Enjoy it. Find a group, pace yourself well. There's nothing worse than hanging on from the start. You are not going to get any better. Start off nice and leisurely in a group you feel comfortable with. If you're able to push on later, better. But guys, always safety in numbers. Stay in a nice group, stay compact, stay on the wheel. Use each other along the way. And if the group is too fast for you, don't be afraid to wait for the group that's coming from behind you. There is heaps of groups along the way. There's tons of groups. So the chances are, if the group you're in is too fast, don't be afraid to sit up. It's going to be 2 or 3 minutes later, you get a bit of a rest. While you're resting, drink, fill up, have a gel, a bar, whatever you need to do. Wait for the next group, sit on the wheels, cover yourself, and for sure, you'll be looked after way better that way than slogging it out by yourself. Remember, coming into that last hour and a half of the race, it's now time to keep obviously the hydration up, but start having those gels, guys. Start having those gels to get you through every half an hour. It will help towards the end. You need carbohydrates to perform. Having a gel, you can never have too many gels. If you need more, do have more. But once again, make sure they are trusted. Make sure they are things that you have tried before. And most importantly, have fun on the day. All the best. I hope to hear that some of you guys enjoyed these tips. And I hope to also hear that you had a great day racing your bike. So enjoy and look forward to giving you guys some more in the future. See you later.